Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to I think day 4 of my 12 days of beauty series. I hope this is going up on time. No idea how things are going right now, but regardless, I hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and today I wanted to talk about top 5 brands that I tried in 2020. I tried a lot of new brands this year because before I really kept my makeup collection fairly small. I went through a phase where I bought a lot and then a phase where I wasn't buying anything, and now I'm back to a giant collection. But I tried a lot of new brands and a lot of them have really stuck out to me. So these are 5 brands where not only did I love the products that I tried from them, but I feel like they are brands that I'm constantly going to be looking towards their new releases because I feel like they just produce such great products. So let's just get into it. This was really hard because I wanted to put a few others, but I really had to think about not just the brands that made my favorite products, but the brands that really stood out to me as brands that I want to keep in my collection. So like, for example, I wanted to put Rare Beauty in here because these are my favorite base products, but ultimately it's not like my favorite brand. It's just my favorite product. So the first, and honestly the brand that inspired this video, is the brand M Cosmetics. I did try this brand this year after seeing them for a while in like Kathleen Light's videos, Jessica Braun's videos. This is the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette. I also have the serum blushes, and I just feel like, no, I don't have a lot from this brand, but I feel like everything they put out I'm really excited for, and I feel like is a very, I don't know, I feel like their releases are very intentional, and I really enjoy that about a brand, especially in a day and age where there's just constantly being releases. I feel like everything that gets put out from this brand is very thought through. It very much matches the brand, and I can always count on it being quality. This eyeshadow palette, probably my favorite palette in my collection, and then these serum blushes aren't my favorite of all time, but I think they are so unique. The colors are gorgeous, and they really stand out in my collection as being something unique, something I really enjoy having. Not necessarily my favorite product of all time, but just a product that I think really makes my collection stand out. So I just always look towards whatever M Cosmetics is going to be putting out because they've become one of those brands where I feel like I can always count on them for quality, and I really want to try more from them in 2021. The second brand, which you guys can probably already guess, is the brand Tower 28. I have their lip gloss here and the blush. I have almost everything that they make, but these are my 2 favorite products and my 2 favorite shades. I have the shade Magic Hour in the cream blush. This is my favorite cream blush in my collection, and then the shade Coconut in their lip jelly, also my favorite lip gloss shade in my collection. Of course, if you know my channel, you know that I love these, but these are again products where I feel like Tower 28 is a brand that I always look forward to what they release. I feel like their brand ethics are really great. I feel like they're a big brand, like they're definitely growing, but they're still a brand that is really reachable. I feel like they respond to comments. They always respond, or they always like leave comments on posts when I tag them in it. This lip gloss launch, the Milky Lip Jellies, really made them blow up because I did try these over summer and I really love them, but I feel like these Milky lip glosses are what got people to try these, and I feel like they're getting a lot of hype now, but I will say it's completely worth it, and I really look towards, or I really look forward to see what they release in the future because they are a brand that definitely stands out in my collection. I love It's Okay to Be Sensitive because I do have sensitive skin. I have eczema, and I love all the work they do and the products that they create. So that is definitely the top brand that I tried in 2020 because I feel like this is me in a brand. Like, I love Tower 28. Okay, the next brand that I chose is Natasha Denona. And this isn't one of my favorite brands in my collection again, but I feel like it's a brand that I look forward to their releases and I can always count on them for quality, and I can't imagine my collection without these palettes. So this is the Tropic palette. This one is probably the one I would keep. I actually don't know. This is my I would say this is my favorite just because this is one that I could just have this palette in my collection and I could still do with plenty of looks. The only thing is that there's not a ton of shimmer shades, which is the only thing that this is lacking, but I do like this because I can pair it with like some single shadows. But like this first row of mattes and all of these mattes are just staples. Like every collection needs these shimmers or these mattes. And then the shimmer shades are so much fun to play around with. I love these 3, and then these 4 colorful shades I think will be so fun in the summertime. So it's just a palette that I think is really great. And then again, I also have Bronze and Glam. This is the Bronze palette, and this is such a gorgeous palette to look at, and it's just a palette that I've heard about Natasha Denona for so long, and they were so unapproachable, I feel like, because of their high price tag, but she's been releasing a lot of these $65 palettes recently, which is still a lot of money, but for me it's a lot more approachable. It's something I can save up for and I can realistically see myself buying, versus like the retail price of this is $129. And I just can't stomach that price tag. I bought this on sale, but I just can't stomach it. But I feel like in 2020, my makeup tastes have changed to actually be enjoying eyeshadow, and I've been spending a little bit more money on makeup, and she has also been releasing a lot more palettes in this price range. And I feel like this and Glam and some of the other palettes she's been releasing are not always something that is a color story that calls to me and something that I end up buying, but I can always appreciate the art behind her palettes because I feel like she puts a lot of thought and intention behind the color story. Like, I feel like a lot of brands do have color stories like this, but they don't quite hit the nail on the head like Natasha Denona did. Okay, and then the third brand for eyeshadow is a brand that my bank account is not happy that I tried, but it is Pat McGrath. Another brand that I had always seen, and I was like, who in their right mind would ever spend that kind of money? Well, apparently me, because I did get these on sale, and this one is just the quad, but I do have a Mothership palette from her, and I totally get it. It is totally a brand that I could see myself purchasing from the future, just because I feel like there's so much artistry behind these palettes. Not this one in particular. Well, yes, this one is my favorite palette and probably top 3 in my collection, hands down. Love those color stories. But the Mothership palettes, I feel like, yes, they are expensive, and yes, I would definitely wait for a sale, but this is truly unlike any eyeshadow palette in my collection, and I feel like this quality is unlike any eyeshadow palette in my collection, despite this being a fairly neutral palette. I feel like these 4 shades here, just, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she creates shades like these and a formula like these, because this is such a unique formula. It's almost like a baked product, but it's eyeshadow, and they have such unique colors to them, and this is it's the most expensive thing in my collection. But honestly, like, okay, sorry about that, my phone died, so I had to go to my front camera just because I need to hurry up before it dies again. But anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but compared to the Tropic, which is more expensive from Natasha Denona, this I can actually feel the price in it. Like, it is actually worthy of that price tag. Well, nothing is worth that much money, but to me, this, from the packaging, the weight of the packaging, the actual like uniqueness of this formula, like, I know Natasha Denona is good, and I'm not saying that it's not good, but until that you can actually use this palette, you cannot say that this is not the most luxurious palette you've ever used. Because I don't care, Miss Natasha Denona is great, you know, I love her, but she's worth $65. Like, that's what that formula is worth. This is unreal. These shimmer shades over here can actually be used as mattes, kind of, so you can use it in the crease or to build up depth in your outer corner. It's not going to look weird. And again, these 4 are so unique. I need to film something with this palette. I might actually do that this month, because I did do a look. I don't want to put in the video right here of my eyeshadow, because man, oh man, was that the prettiest eyeshadow look I've ever done. And to me, I just think this is definitely the top brand, one of the top brands that I tried this year, because I feel like she doesn't release much, but everything she releases is so unique to the market. I feel like, yes, this is a neutral palette, but especially with this formula, this isn't something that I have in my collection, and I feel like a lot of hers are very unique. Like, yes, some of them don't call to me, but as I sit on them, I feel like I just start to like them more and more. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention, not in this video, but just in general. It's okay if something comes out and you don't love it right away. I want to normalize not being straight away in love with a release, and because when something releases, if I don't love it right away, it doesn't mean that I don't want it in my collection, or it's not something that I find value in my collection. It's normal to take a minute and sit and think about it. Yes, there are some things that I'm going to know right away that I want, but we should normalize being okay with sitting for a while. There are some purchases where I think about it for a really long time. A lot of things that I buy are older products, and with Pat McGrath, a lot of it is her palettes aren't something that I see right away and I know I want. It's something that I sit on, I see more pictures of, I see more looks with, I see more swatches, and then I fall in love with it. So I do love her brand, and if she came out with like a Natasha Denona Biba, but in her formula and with a little bit of a different color story, my bank account better watch out because I would definitely buy that. But and then for the last brand, it was honestly really hard to think of something because there are a lot of other brands that I think are equal to this spot, but this one I just chose just because I think this is a brand that makes me the most excited, and it's Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have a lot from her collection, but I think especially her powder products and like her face products stand out to me a lot because I think they are expensive, but when I have them on my collection, I feel like they're just really nice products and I can really count on them. And it's not something where everything she releases I want to buy. I also have her like cream eyeshadows. I have her highlighter. I've tried her eyeshadow. And no, not all of those things are my favorite in my collection, but I think it's a brand that has just become one of my favorite brands. I know they're expensive, and a lot of these are expensive brands, but it's probably a good thing that the top 5 brands that I tried this year are some of the most expensive brands I tried, because if they weren't, I'd be a little bit worried. But just a brand that I think is gorgeously done. I love her packaging and just love her branding all around, and just one of my favorite brands that I tried this year. Okay, so I'm sorry if that was a little bit rushed or rambly or whatever it was, but hopefully the rest of the 12 days of beauty goes smoothly. I haven't uploaded any of them and I'm a bit nervous because I haven't pre-filmed anything. It is the 12th right now and I filmed 4 videos today to hopefully get a head start. But crossing my fingers, technology is on my side, and also that you guys are enjoying this. Let me know what brand is your favorite that you've tried in 2020. A new brand that you tried that you think stands out to you and you're looking forward to the releases next year. Let me know. I will also be doing top 5 brands that I want to try in 2021, so be on the lookout for that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!